I watched the whole 30-minute video
Of what?
of Robert Paul Champagne.
I can't. I don't want to. I feel like I'd be depressed.
I watched the whole... Dude, it was so weird. It was so awkward to watch.
Well, Don was telling me that it was just sad, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to watch it. I wasn't interested in watching it in the first place. I like his videos.
He talked about fucking Freddie Mercury, like fucking Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's so weird because he just sits there the whole video and all he's wearing is just
A tank top and his ding dong hanging out.
It's not even a tank top, bro. It's like a woman's
spaghetti strap. Yeah,
it's like a woman's fucking blouse. He's wearing like a black.
It's like a spaghetti strap. I saw previews of it. And I was like, hard pass,
dude.
I don't want to watch that.
And there's a part where they show him shuffle on the couch, adjust himself, and you like almost see his dick shaft. I was like, oh, Robert Paul Champagne's wiener.
He's not very endowed either,
dude.
Is what I hear. But I mean, it's just the fact of the matter is, it's like he's a hoarder. You see that immediately from the previews.
Oh, that house looks so funky.
It wasn't a house. It's an apartment.
Yeah, in the projects of New York City. Harlem.
Do you want to know how expensive that apartment is? Expensive.
Oh, I bet.
More than my mortgage on my house right here.
I bet.
It's living in the city is crazy. That's why I mean, some people can make it, just doing odd jobs and shit if they're really good at the grind. But fuck,
dude.
Those apartments are crazy, and you're like, I'm living in the sky right now for a amount of money.
30 stories in the air easily. Like, fuck that, dude.
And what's even more sketchier is California, which is a little bit less, I hear, but they have earthquakes.
I've never been there.
But they have earthquakes. Can you imagine?
Hold on a second. I've never, dude.
You've never seen the moon tattoo? Shut up and don't talk about it, okay?
No, I'm talking.
First rule about moon tattoo is you don't talk about moon tattoo, okay? You want to know? Bad. I picked it off the wall. They're like, what color? I was like, green, like weed, because I smoke.
You were like, hey, man, I really want, Jim Carrey's The Mask cartoon. I want the cartoon from The Mask.
I was like, whatever, as long as it's not tribal, you know what I mean? But,
the cigarette hanging out of his mouth
that's a blunt.
Well, it looks like it's got foreskin. And it's like...
It does, because I got huge.
It's like he's chewing the blunt in his back teeth.
Yeah. You don't smoke like that? You don't chew a blunt like that?
I've never chewed a blunt like a carrot.
That's what he's talking about.
Do you want to know
Small
something?
flex.
Do you want to know something sad? Speaking of chewing carrots,
that this is a cover up for a worse tattoo. Look closely. Can you see Dick's written right there? I got that when I was 14.
You got dicks at 14, dude?
Yeah. Cost me $3.
Dude, I have
$1 per letter.
Dude, I have a stick and poke tattoo on my hip that says HAC.
Oh, is that the one you did yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked about that on Tori's episode.
Oh my god, dude, it's so bad.
But you got it covered up though, right? By a professional?
No,
not
it's
yet.
It's still like right. Dude,
what does it say?
HAC. It stood for Heartless Artist Crew. It was
your tag crew?
Yeah, dude. What's crazy? So I didn't tell you guys this.
Why on your hip?
Because it was somewhere that my mom would. Yeah, 100%. So we had a pool at our.
I hid this dicks from my parents for 2 years.
I've been hiding my dick from my parents for 30.
No. There's tattoo dicks.
You got 2 dicks?
Yeah, one right here, one here. But
no.
I hid this tattoo from them for fucking 2 years. Until we went to Florida one year.
You should hide that from them till they die.
They've already seen it's too late. It's too late. And I was like, I'm going to be a comedian now. And they're like, oh, at least you're not homeless. Sorry, Brad. He's not watching. He doesn't have a phone.
Or data or internet.
No, I tried to call him today. His phone's off.
Really?
Yeah, he put a GoFundMe up. Like, help me get a phone.
Help you get a house, Brad. Jesus.
He's fine with living in his car as long as he's got that Planet Fitness membership. But
does he just like living off the grid?
He doesn't. I don't think anybody does, unless you're in Alaska and you're like, I like to shoot my food. That's it.
He was like, it's this or no, it's Nerf or nothing.
That's what it was. That's pretty much it.
Oh, dude, no. So I got that tattoo on my hip because I knew that my mom wouldn't find it, wouldn't see it.
I'd never go shirtless.
Because I was like 16 when I did it, right? I was like maybe 15, matter of fact. But I was still living at home. We had a pool.
Right.
And one time, don't ask me why my mom was doing this, but I was going to get out of the pool, and my mom and I were like playing around in the pool, and I tried to dunk her in the pool, whatever. I flipped her off the pool float and shit, and I go to get out of the pool, and she grabbed my shorts to pull me off the ladder, to pull me into the pool.
She's like, oh no, your shorts went down, your dick's the same size.
Yeah, well, fuck you, man. She's like, I can't see your schmeckle in there. The bush is so big.
It was bigger when I was in a diaper. What the
Don't you know about manscaping? That's the biggest bush I've ever seen.
It's on fire.
Yes, I burned him bush.
It's the Lord's work.
Dude, no, man. It was, so she's like tugging on my shorts. And I'm like, Ma, stop. Ma, stop. And I'm like going like this to get away from her. And she just pulls just the corner to where she sees my hip. And she goes, oh, and let go. And I was like, oh, she saw my dick. And I was like, no, never mind. It was just my tattoo. And then I was like, fuck, that's worse. She's just pointing at me like, Shun. She's pointing at me. And she's like, how did you do that? And I was like, with the needle.
With the needle. I got it now.
I was like, I did myself in the kitchen. And she's like, what the fuck? Who does that? And I was like, I don't know, stupid teenage kids.
How old were you when she found it?
I was like 17. And skinnier than I am now. And like now it's just
not afraid to go in pools.
No, it's not. I know I float better now, but like I wasn't afraid to go.
Are you ashamed of the belly?
No, I just sometimes yeah.
Because my dad represented when I was younger, like did not give a fuck. He still doesn't. He doesn't give a fuck. We'll go to Daytona Beach. Shirt's coming off.
I just don't ever want to be that guy that's like big fucking stomach and the stomach gets sunburnt and shit. He's just walking around like, hey, what's up, ladies? Ah, fucking yeah.
He doesn't get sunburnt. He has so much hair.
Fucking yeah.
No, he's not like that. He's not talking to anybody. He's chilling. He's having fun in the water. He doesn't care. And then growing up, I was a fat kid and I always wore short shirts in the water, which is way worse.
See, I had to do that.
It's so much worse wearing a shirt in the water because it's like, who wants to see my bad parts attributed by sucking the shirt to me?
Dude, the worst, man. You walk out looking like a fucking mushroom and shrink wrap.
Are you wearing a fucking Under Armour shirt right now?
Dude.
Oh no, you just got out of the water and you look terrible.
I used to have to do that because I would get blistering sunburn. That's how pale I am. And I would burn to the point where I would get blisters.
Your boy got blisters all right here to the point where I had to go to the doctor.
Dude.
Because they put sunblock on me. They're like, he's fine. And I stayed at the beach for more than 4 hours.
Whoa, dude, one time...
In Florida. So I had actual blisters.
When we were in Florida one time, my mom got sun poisoning.
I had sun poisoning.
We went to visit my great aunt, so her aunt, my great aunt, we were hanging out with family, and we were there for a couple days. And the day before we were supposed to leave, we were out at the beach, and my mom got sun poisoning. She got burnt so bad that she had sun poisoning.
Did she not put any block on, or did she
I
fall
don't know.
asleep?
So my mom is olive complected. Like, my mom looks stereotypical Italian, like, hey, mozzarella stick.
No.
Like, my mom, like, if you cut her skin open, she bleeds marinara. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it's just blood, Jack.
Yeah, well. But no,
That's a good Italian. Look at this.
Hey, look at this fucking guy. Fucking loser. But my mom got sun poisoning, and that night we went back to my aunt's house, and my mom, I guess, was going to use the bathroom and went to get up and passed out. Fucking just naked ass hanging out, passed out into the bathtub, and I guess my aunt or somebody found her in the bathroom with her face just in the tub and her just fucking...
I'm so happy it wasn't you that found her.
Dude, oh man, I would have been scarred for life. Could you imagine walking into a bathroom?
Nope.
And seeing your mom's just
No.
just...
Nope, don't want to watch it. Don't want to see it. No. Change the subject.
I'm so glad I didn't. The moral of the story is I'm so glad I didn't see it because it would have scarred me for life. I never would have...
Yeah.
I never would have gotten laid.
Yeah. No, you would have gotten laid.
No,
you just would have had a crazy kink
No,
probably. I don't know.
No.
What's your mom look like?
Shh, don't talk about it, dude.
She hot?
No, dude. She's not. Dude.
Just name... What's her height and weight?
Dude, stop. I don't want to fuck your mom, right? No,
she's
dude,
handicapped.
but she.
And her name's Sandy Dix, so no.
I love that you led with no, dude. She's handicapped. That's never stopped anybody.
That's never stopped you? If he breaks up and you're in a wheelchair, he's down to
Look,
fuck.
dude, okay. Handy. They don't say handy capable for nothing, dude. She's capable again. Boom.
She can't feel it. Yeah,
Look,
sure.
dude, that Gypsy Rose
You're just
Blanchard.
gonna fucking kill
Look at
Bill
that-
her
look at
ass.
Look at that Gypsy Rose Blanchard girl. She was like, hey, man. Because you never know. She could be faking it. She shows up to Bone in a wheelchair and gets up and starts walking.
The
You're
most.
like,
Why
fuck
did you
yeah.
pick the most hideous bitch ever?
I don't know. Because Michelle made me watch that shit on Hulu.
Fuck, that's so gross.
Yeah, but my mom got sun poisoning so bad to the point where I got an extra 2 days in Florida out of it. And I was like, fuck yeah, bitch.
I ain't gonna ruin this. SPF 47.
I was up there. What? I was like 13 or 14. It was 2005. We moved from Chesapeake, right across from Western Branch High School. That's where I used to live. We moved from there to Richmond, and I was pissed. I was trying to, at like 15, I was looking up how to emancipate myself. I was like, fuck, I ain't moving to Richmond.
I don't think anybody hasn't looked that up when they were 15, to be honest
Well, I
with
was
you.
like, Mom, I got friends here. Like, I'm just now getting, like, not weird.
Nobody I know got emancipated, and we all talked about it, like, dude, it's fucking gonna go down. It's gonna go down. I'm getting emancipated? That bitch ain't gonna tell me what to do. And none of us got emancipated.
I'm 30 almost. I'll be 30 in less than a month, and I still have no idea. I don't even have the first fucking clue on how to emancipate.
Google wasn't around yet.
I don't even have a fucking clue how to emancipate myself, bro.
You have to
Even
have. I
now,
think
I'm
you have to
like,
have proof of like income that you can support yourself.
Dude, I had nothing. I was like, I'll just go live in my friend's house. Their moms are cooler.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck you, dude. You're not my problem. But I was like, I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna fucking stay here. I live outside. Like Brad.
We're so stupid. I mean,
And
we were in Boy Scouts, and
my
we knew
mom-
how the outside was, and we're like, the outside kind of sucks.
Dude, my parents wouldn't even put me in Boy Scouts, bro. I was just like, I don't think I seen a movie. I got it.
I mean, I only got raped like twice, but I
Do
mean,
whatever.
I mean, it is
Scout.
what it is.
Later.
Whatever. It's initiation.
Yeah.
P into B's. That's how it goes.
It's
Butts
you gotta
to nuts.
you just gotta
Butts
put
to nuts, dog.
you gotta put a couple notches in your shaft, okay? It's how you get your
You don't have to.
you
I'm
gotta
joking.
get your blowjob badge.
We call them
The BJB.
wee
dude.
blows, but okay.
Pueblos.
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 That's an actual thing, wee blows. Do you know that?
What is a wee blow?
It's a wee blow right before, like, you're in Cub Scouts, you're a wee blow, and then you're a Boy Scout. But in order to
What
become a
happened to
wee
Tiger?
blow, you have to blow up. Never mind.
What was Tiger Scouts, dude? Or Tiger Cubs?
That's Cub Scouts.
Cub Scouts? There's a Tiger
Tigers,
Tiger Scout?
wolves, bears, wee blows.
What's a wee blow? What kind of animal is that?
You gotta blow somebody.
Dude, I ain't blowing. It's a you blow. That's what's gonna happen. I ain't sucking no dick.
Wee blow.
There
It's
she
supposed to stand for
blows.
we will be loyal scouts, but I don't think blow was a term for sucking dick. I mean, Dick's my last name, Dick's. Dick wasn't. Dick was just a name. If you really think about it, if you go back 50 years ago, Dick was just a name. They didn't start calling like actual cocks dicks till about like 40 years ago. So my dad never had to grow up with that problem.
Well, now you do, and then these fucking little dicks are gonna grow up with a big dick problem.
They really do. They really do. That's okay.
Um,
It's okay. I keep them on their feet. I talk shit to them all
dick
the time.
feet.
Dick's feet.
Walking around
Yeah.
on their balls, dude. Just
Dick's feet. Yep. Ball feet. Yep. You got it.
Old ball.
You want to talk about Sunday?
Oh wait, so what we were talking about?
I already forgot.
Oh no, dude, fuck. Hey man, I did that last episode. Fuck you. You can't long sip. That's my thing.
I long sipped. Now it just takes. It sounds like you're hitting a really tiny bong.
Nature's bong. It's called the lungs. I don't even know what I was talking about. I'm sorry.
It's alright.
It's off the rails, dude. We fell
I
off.
don't care. I like that.
No, dude, it was.
Let's talk about Sunday.
Here's what happened. So, I remember now. That's how my brain works. The ADD fucking shit be wired fucking funky. I'll forget shit and then remember like, oh man, I'll be taking a shit. Like,
Charlie in the mailroom, like,
yeah.
all right, dude.
Hey man, dude, wasn't he supposed to go to work today? It's like, oh no. So, that summer, I did not get emancipated. My mom moved to Richmond. And she sent me to North Carolina to stay with my grandparents for the summer. Cool, Mom. And, well, because she was trying to buy a house and shit. She was, like, staying in a hotel. She was like, that's no place for a child. This isn't Dunstan Checks In. And she was, like, staying at the La Quinta and not, like, a dope hotel. Like, sweet. It was, like, the lame life of Nick and Mom. Not, like, the sweet life of Zach and Cody. It was, like, the opposite. There was no black bellhop or, like, he was, like, a, he was trying to get dick down. No, she wasn't, dude. Don't say that. She's Jehovah's Witness, dude. Don't show up like any dick.
Well, your stepdad makes it differ, but okay.
That's true. He was giving her the old black pipe. The old rubber ducky, if you know what I'm saying.
She doesn't watch this. Nobody watches these.
My mom finally, dude, like 2 weeks ago, my mom finally, it was when I posted that joke about my sister's taking me to the nightclub.
Yeah.
And in that joke, I say the punchline is crack-a-lackin'. And my mom laughed at that joke on Facebook, and I was like, it's about time she fucking accepted me.
She doesn't still.
Dude, no. She's like, hey, you flew to Denver and did a show out there. You should claim that on your taxes.
You should.
I will. But, yeah. But, so, I got sent to North Carolina. I was down there for a while, chilling at my grandparents'. My aunt from Florida, my uncle, my cousins, they all came up from Florida.
I saw pictures. Didn't you? Oh, no. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This was a while ago, right? It was in 2005. you never even seen those pictures.
That was over 14 years ago.
Dude, yeah,
Stop looking over there. I thought my daughter woke up.
Oh shit, it's a little dicks in the corner. There's a ghost in your house.
No, she would definitely make noise.
No, dude, so like my aunt and uncle and my cousins all came up. And it was like it was a big thing. Like my grandparents weren't talking to my aunt for the whole summer basically because apparently I never said goodbye to my grandfather, which if he doesn't even have Facebook, but I did. I fucking said goodbye.
You said fucking goodbye.
I said, hey, Papu, that's his nickname, that's what we call him. I said, hey Papu, I love you, I just want to let you know I'm leaving in the morning. I'm going with them to Florida. He was playing fucking Mahjong on his computer. I remember. It was in his computer room. He was playing, and I was like, hey, man, I love you. I'll see you when I get back.
Well, you thought you were the other Nick, but go ahead.
So I go down there, and they were pissed. They're like, my grandmother's like, he never said goodbye. He didn't say goodbye to anybody. We didn't even know he was going, so he could just stay down there. Y'all figure out how to get him back. So mind you, we lived in Virginia. I got shipped off to North Carolina and ended up Elian Gonzalez style in fucking Florida. And I was like, please, senor, take me home. Somebody please love me. Bring me back to freedom.
So how'd you get back?
I was down there for a month. But I was down there for a month with 4 days worth of clothes. My cousins were like...
Brad style right there.
Dude, my cousins were like... They're like 3 years older than me. And they gave me like a bunch of their clothes and shit to wear. Like we went to America. I don't even know where the money came from. People, like my aunt was just like buying me clothes and shit. And they like bought me these like, I remember I had these ugly ass fucking American Eagle shorts that were like so fucking big that I had the belt tied. I had the belt looped almost to the back. Like it was looped on the biggest loop. And there was so much extra belt that it was almost in my ass crack. Like I looked like Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z where he has his tail wrapped all the way around his waist. And I'm wearing these fucking doofy ass fucking shorts in Florida. My aunt and uncle.
So this is how we look here, man.
Yeah, their house had a pool in the back, so like screened in. You know what I mean? Like that's how it is in Florida. Everybody's got a screened in pool area, whatever.
Buggy bugs.
And the room I was staying in was my cousin Dina's room. She had just moved out or whatever, so I think she went to college or some shit. Right. But I was staying in her room, so I would wake up in the morning and my room just went out to the pool. So I would go out in the morning and hang out in the pool, whatever.
No showers. I'm getting in this pool.
But it got to the point where that summer, you
fucked your cousin? That's
no,
fucked up, man.
Dude.
God damn it. Deez.
No, I didn't do that. But I fucked her friend. No, I'm just kidding.
If you're listening, I didn't fuck her. I fucked her.
I never fucked her friends. They were older, man. They were like, this fucking dude's weird. Fuck this loser. He don't even sound like he's from Florida. Where's he from? They're like, what's up, Virginia? Hey,
Like drugs, I think.
Like, do you smoke? And that summer I ended up smoking Virginia Slims. I smoked Virginia Slims.
You smoked vagina slimes, you piece of shit. You're terrible
When
for
I
that.
was like 14.
My first cigarette was a Newport.
Dude.
And I smoked Newports for a couple packs, and then my buddy Steve had a pack of Salem's. He's like, I got these for free, and I was like, Salem's, these are whack. And then I don't know if you've ever seen a pack of Salem's. Yeah. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
Okay, so you push it out. It's like a box within a box, and you push it out. I was like,
like a book of matches or like a matchbox.
yeah, almost like that. And I was like, these are amazing. And I smoked 2 of them and vomited violently.
So
I was like, never again, Salem's.
the funniest part about being in Florida that summer, I have to tell you, and I've never told another person this that was not there.
Deezdix exclusive.
The funniest part about that trip to Florida, for all 30 people that'll watch this, I was so... I was so pale when I was a teenager. I didn't have any tattoos. I was so pale. Like, I had milky white skin. Like, I know the lighting in here makes this wall look like a cheesecakey color, like meringue, but it's white. And that I was like a milky.
You're what? I've watched
my
these.
My shirt. I was like a milky white color, but I didn't want to be. And my aunt bought me a bottle of spray tanner. So I just spent the summer spray tanning. So how is this fucking...
I'm so happy. You made me so happy sometimes that I've never used spray tanner in my fucking life. And I've been fucking pretty white. I've been pretty fucking white before.
I was like multiple times a day. I was like... I was just like...
Is it aerosol?
No, it was like a spray bottle. So it was like...
Do you have to rub it in and shit?
Like, you know how the... I can't believe it's not butter spray? It was like a bottle like that.
No,
like
I don't know how that is because I never bought that, dude. Why are you doing this? I feel like you get tan if you spray it. I can't believe it's not butter. Just sat in the sun for 5 fucking
I was
minutes.
burned. I get sun poisoning. I knew
sun poisoning?
And I knew that happened to my mom. But I would go, dude. I would go out there and I'd be like, I was like base coating myself with fucking spray tan. And then I got back and I'm like, yeah, man, I look good.
I'm fucking brown.
I was like, dude, I'm a fucking bronze bombshell.
Look at me. I'm that bacon hitter, dude.
Dude, and no one fucking had the heart to be like, you don't need that.
Yo, Trump, calm down. Look at your eyes.
Dude, oh, man. I looked like shit. It was so...
I want pictures.
I don't even think there's... Dude, luckily, I don't think there's any pictures, but it was so fucking bad, dude. I've never told anybody that. I've never told a single person that. Until now. I've never told anybody that. I spent an entire summer spray tanning. When I showed back up to my grandma's house, she was like, what happened to you?
Are you trying to...
She was like, why do you look like a... She was like, why do you look like a cinnamon stick?
White people get so offended if you get too tan. Old white people, they're like,
bro,
what's wrong with them?
I look like a strawberry cheesecake with a graham cracker crust. That's what I look like. I look so bad.
I can see that. I can see it.
But the crazy part was, this is how I finally got back to North Carolina. Like, somehow, like, collectively, the family squashed the beef. And then my aunt drove down from North Carolina to Georgia and met my cousins and I halfway. But the funny thing was, like, so my cousins were smoking Marlboros or whatever. So I smoked Virginia Slims, and then they were like, okay, you've done your part. Now you can smoke actual cigarettes with us, and you can drink beers and shit. I was like, all right, whatever, man. Yeah, cool.
You
So, like,
kept pausing for a second. You sucking for Genius Slims makes so much sense that you love Angry Orchard.
Fuck you.
You're like, I like everything extreme but light.
yeah, I like my pain in moderation.
Exactly. You're like, I like nicotine but kind of skinny stuff.
I'm like, yeah, I want to get cirrhosis of the liver, but I want it to be sweet and appley. Yeah, I'm okay with lung cancer, but if it tastes like tar, I don't want
I'm not on board. You
I'm like,
stay with those Lucky Sticks.
I'm like, yeah, you know, basically those candy cigarettes, I want those, but actually to smoke.
I want to light them though. Can they come with Spider-Man on the
But
package?
dude, the funniest thing was, like, on the car ride, I'm like hotboxing in the back seat. I'm like, okay, after this I won't be able to smoke cigarettes anymore. So I'm like, hey guys, can I get a couple cigarettes for the ride? So they just had me in the back seat. I'm like 14 in the back seat with the window down, like.
So you're just the weirdest fuck ever at this point.
I'm just like, and it wasn't Virginia Slims at this point. I'm like smoking Marlboros, like chilling in the back seat with my cousins, just fucking smoking Marlboros. I'm like, yeah, whatever, all right, cool. And I'm just legit going
Chain
to town,
smoking?
just chain smoking in the car the whole ride from Florida to wherever the fuck. My aunt met me. We got in the car. She was like, "You smell like smoke," and I was like, "Tommy and Joey got a real problem with smoking."
You piece of shit.
I threw him under the bus. I was like, I can't fucking tell. Because my mom, when I was a kid, was like, if I ever catch you smoking, your ass better be on fire. I was like, that's a weird fucking thing to say. I'm like, okay.
My mom's just smoking with me in the car.
Well, that's your mom.
She justified it by going, are you okay with me smoking? Does this bother you? I go, no.
Yeah, if my mom
So
ever
I was like fucking young, and I was like, I want to be cool, you know? Like, no, I'm good.
I remember one year, so my
You gonna buy me a Mondo?
Mondos, the drinks?
Mondo.
Those
Yeah.
drinks, dude. Those were
Yeah,
good.
if you buy me a Mondo, you can smoke in the car. I was 5. You could do that. Buy me a Mondo.
I had to convince my mom to buy Mondos. She was like, they're more expensive than the Kool-Aid Jammers. And I was like, yeah, but...
Kool-Aid Jammers are for bitch-ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, I was like, all these fucking narc-ass little snitch bitch fucking prudes be drinking Kool-Aid Jammers unless it was the Kool-Aid mystery ones, because those ones are dope. Remember when all the Kool-Aid bottles
What was
had
it? What was it?
They all came in the... Remember when they came
You don't know?
Remember when they came in the black bottles?
Yeah, I do.
And they all had the fucking creepy faces on them, so
Uh-huh.
when you drank it looked like you were drinking someone.
But you know what's only cooler than that? Fucking Mondo.
Mondos, dude. Mondos.
Mondo.
Dude,
Fucking
you remember
millennials won't know about that, even
Do you
though
remember
we're
this?
millennials.
Do you remember this? The sodas or whatever the fuck they were? They had the weird little like gel beads in them. They looked like you were drinking It looked like you were drinking a
Oh, I do.
lava lamp.
What the
You know what I'm
fuck
talking
are
about?
those called?
You know what I'm talking about?
I only
right?
had a couple of them, but I do know what you're talking about.
Dude, that shit was weird. It always used to trip me out. Like,
They have
ooh,
they have
It's
the
like you're
tea now.
drinking
It's called like boba.
boba tea. Yeah, it's got like the little boba.
Yeah.
Like tapioca balls in it or whatever.
That
whatever
sounds
the fuck.
gross.
Yeah.
And then I thought about that the other day. But what was that called?
I can't fucking remember for the life of me. I'll Google it and probably put it in this episode if I remember.
Fuck.
Yeah. I remember like the...
I had like one or two of them, and I'm like, I'm not cool with balls in my mouth anymore.
Dude, I remember my...
I've been in church for long enough.
This is you want to hear a good story?
Was it a good story?
Yeah, it's a great story. This is a phenomenal story. And I've been thinking about this one for a while to talk about on here. And this actually leads up perfectly. So I remember those drinks. My dad used to, he always sold like sports plaques and shit like that. He would sell like sports memorabilia and shit
Right.
at the flea market.
Can I pause you for a second?
Yeah.
Don't forget where you're at. Do you remember Sobe?
Sobe? Like the life
There are
water?
people called Sobe or Sobe.
It's Sobe, dude.
And not life water. No, not life water. That's Gatorade that has life water.
No, it's not. Gatorade is Gatorade. Sobe had the life water. And I just remember Sobe was so gross, dude. I never liked Sobe.
Oh, I fucking loved it. With the lizard on the
Hated
label?
it, dude. I hated Sobe.
Loved
I
it.
couldn't stand Sobe. But I also like hate like the V8 drinks, like the
I
V8
like
juices and shit.
Oh, I don't like fucking like
Dookie.
tomato juice or anything like that, but
I like that.
they're
Should have had a V8.
they had like fruit juices that had like vegetables in it. Those are really good. But
Fruit juices and vegetables. That's
yeah, you had like a full serving of vegetables in it, but it just tasted like strawberry kiwis.
That's gross. I don't
And then-
want either of those. I don't like fruits or vegetables.
I don't remember the brand, but like it was in a glass bottle, and they had 4. It was like fire, rain, lightning. Do you know what I'm talking about?
That sounds familiar.
I used to drink the rain one, and like because it tastes so good.
You remember Jolt?
Volt?
Jolt.
Jolt or
Jolt.
Volt?
Jolt Cola. They used to come in the big fucking they were like they were like cans, but it had a twist off cap. The cap, so they were, it was Jolt. I always used to get Jolt Blue, and Jolt Blue was like a blue raspberry flavored like soda, but it had like extra fucking, it had so much shit in it, and they were literally like they were like tall boys. They were like this tall. And I remember when I started driving, I would go to Sheetz in the morning and I'd get like one of those and like a sandwich or something, and I'd bring it to school with me. And I remember every morning in fucking guitar class and shit, I would open it up and it would like, like it was so fucking loud, it sounded like a can of biscuits, like it sounded like gunshots in the middle of the class. Like there was no discreet way to open it because you just twist it. It's like.
I want to see the brand like in my head, but I can't. Like I remember Volt, which
was
Coke. Volt was Coke's version of Surge.
It was like Mountain Dew or whatever, right? It was like Surge or Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
dude, I remember.
I gave Surge out at one of my open mics or the storytelling, because the gas station was like two for $3 6-packs of Surge, and I was like, "Where are you getting Surge from?" Okay, like I had to get it. Oh, do you remember Surge? Yes, they freaked us out about Surge and took it off the market because there was too much sugar and too much caffeine. 5 years later, Red Bull's on the market.
Oh, 100%.
Which is like 100% more than fucking that.
That's like pure concentrated just sugar and other shit. Like Red Bull makes me...
Taurine, tisk. Do you remember that commercial?
Taurine Huggins. What you had? He was on our show before, right?
But do you remember the energy commercials like Taurine, tisk.
Guarine, taurine, glycerine, chlorine, fucking epinephrine. But no, so my dad used to sell sports memorabilia at the flea market, and I would go up there all the time, and they always had those drinks and shit. But there was this dude. There was like a dad.
The balls drink.
Oh, I remember that, but it wasn't that.
No. That wasn't an energy drink. That was just named Balls.
Yeah, BAWLZ or whatever.
Yeah, because the bottle had actual bee balls on it. Yeah.
The drink with the weird bally shit in it. Yeah.
What the fuck?
So my dad would he would just give me money to here, take some money, or it was like however much. He'd give me like $20 or whatever. And I would walk around the flea market and I would try to buy toys or whatever from other flea market vendors and shit. Like I was buying like old school Star Wars toys, like all the shitty ones
out of the packages
and
shit.
Yeah, the ones where the lightsabers came out of the arm and they were just like this.
Oh yeah, these
Dude, but they were vintage. Like I remember I had one where Luke had he had a yellow lightsaber and I was like, yo, this is sick because it's rare. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, I paid $12 for it. But there was a dude that was selling all these like different, like, you know, the little snap fucking things, like the little the snap poppers that you throw on the ground and they fucking
poppers.
Psst, yeah. Psst, 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 psst.
Little paper balls. They come in a package of
like 50
sand
or 100
dust
or
sawdust.
Yeah. So there was a guy that was selling those. He was selling all these like the little confetti, like the little
like happy birthday.
Yeah.
String on a plastic tub.
Yeah, I'm making sounds for what they do. Well, he also had these like
snakes and sparklers.
Only snakes and sparklers. I sell what I like. He had these like, it was some sort of like weird fireworks that had like 2 strings on them, and you had to pull both sides.
I remember those. And it looked like a piece of dynamite in the middle.
Yeah, it looked like dynamite. They would bust in the middle.
Yeah, I remember.
So this dude had all these different things, like all kinds of fireworks and shit like that. So my dad gave me money, and I got a bunch of this shit. Like I got as much of it as I could get with the money.
Yeah.
So we go home. I'm hanging out. It was me, our next door neighbor, my best friend Sean, who we were like best friends when we were kids. And where we lived, it was like our house was here, his house was right there. We lived like in a cul-de-sac, but there was like a girl that lived like 2 houses down from us. Behind her house, there was another cul-de-sac, and there was 2 kids. They were brothers. They were like a year or 2 apart that lived basically like catty corner on the other street behind us.
Different daddies. Okay.
Yeah, we all had different dads. They had the same dad. They were brothers and shit. But the rest of us, we weren't fucking related.
Well, why were they living in different houses?
No. This girl, I'm saying there was.
I thought the brothers were living in different houses.
The brothers lived in the same house.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
There's a girl on our street. They lived behind her house. Look,
Okay,
pay attention to the details. All right.
I'm bad at this.
It's okay. So, we all were hanging out, and there was a house on our street that someone had just moved out of.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So we're like, yo, let's go check this abandoned house out.
Okay.
We just thought it was abandoned because no one lived there. We were like 7 or 8 years old. We're like, yeah, fuck yeah, this abandoned house. There's people living on both sides of this house.
All right.
So we go to this house. We roll up in this house.
How'd you get in?
The door was unlocked.
Dummies.
So we go, the door's unlocked, everything's moved out of this house. So we take it upon ourselves to just fuck this house up.
Good job. Okay, how old are you?
We're like 7 or 8. 7 or 8 years old.
You guys are about it at
Dude,
7
we
or
were
8.
fucking Bebe's kids, dough.
Shout out for Baby's Kids.
We were fucking bad news. We do watch this. We were bad news bears. Walter Matthau.
Bad News Bears, dog.
Dude, that was a gold member. Walter Matthau. So we go in this house, right? We're in this house, and we just start fucking shit up. Like, spray painting. Like, they had, like, paints and shit in the house, and we're just going...
Why they have spray paint?
I don't know. Up the staircase, we're just painting. Like, the scene in Beetlejuice where they just take over the house and they just start painting shit?
Yeah.
We're doing that. I had fucking 2 cans of Ajax, and I'm just going like this, like fucking, like I'm coming everywhere with this Ajax. And I literally am walking backwards up the stairs, just flinging Ajax everywhere, mushing it into the carpet and shit. The fucking...
You're a piece of shit.
Dude, they had the fucking, the washer and dryer were gone, but the lines were still there. So I'm like this, cut the lines on, just let the water, we fucking turned into the wet bandits. We're like flooding.
We're the fuck. This is the second time this is going into Home Alone, but go ahead. I'll let you go.
Fucked this house up. We fucked this house up. We're doing all kinds of fucked up shit, just wrecking shit in this house.
Okay.
We fucked the inside of this house up like crazy. We go outside and start letting off all the fireworks and shit, like the fire.
Let's draw attention to ourselves.
Dude, we were like, hey, what's the easiest way to get away from a crime? Start a distraction.
Right in front of the crowd.
It was in the backyard, but whatever. But we start like lighting stuff and throwing them over the fence.
Oh,
the
cool.
next door neighbor's house, there was a married couple there that had a daughter, and the lady who lived there was a Girl Scout troop leader.
They are fucking strict.
They were having a Girl Scout meeting.
Oh.
And we're throwing shit over the fence at them. We're in the backyard fucking lighting fireworks off and shit.
What the fuck?
We're just out there. There's like I think I remember there being like a sandbox or some shit. And we're like lighting shit on fire into the sandbox, throwing it in there and watching it blow up. Like, dude, we were fucking this place up. Little do we know that we're causing so much fucking havoc at this house. The neighbor lady calls the cops.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't she?
The cops show up and we're like, fuck, we gotta barricade ourselves. Let's go back in the house.
Barricade yourself? That's a good
So-
idea, you white girl in a scary movie.
We split up.
Let's go upstairs. They can't get us when we're in the closet.
At one point, I remember we were like running from one side of the house to the back and we saw cops, so we looped back around and run the other way. So we're like running in circles around each other. I remember being in the garage and like looking out the window at the top of the garage like, oh shit, the cops are here.
We're surrounded.
Yeah, so we try to take off. And this tells you, like, as a kid, dude, I did not like the police. Like, they came in, and I remember being like, I didn't even do anything. They made me do it. I didn't want to be here.
You bitch.
They told me
You
to-
bitch ass bitch, dude.
I was like, they were like, whose fire was this? My dad bought them for me.
Your dad, you rat your dad, you punk bitch.
Fuck him, man. Fuck him, dude. Whatever. We'll get there. But, like, Fuck him, man. Dude, all right, the reason why I say that is because years later, I had a bunch of Pokemon cards, and I had $47 in the box of my Pokemon cards, and I left that box at his house one time, and I came back, and I was like, I got $47 in that box. I opened it up, and my money was gone, and I was like, Dad, where'd my money go? And he goes, oh, I took it, I used it for groceries. And I was like, but that was my money. He goes, yeah, and you're my kid, so, like, it's my money. And I was like, wow, dude, you're a piece of shit.
And he's like, did you enjoy lunch?
It was deep. Dude, when I was like, my dad, all right, my diet at my dad's, when I was a kid, my diet at my dad's house consisted of Red Baron pizza and candy. That's it. When my parents got divorced, that's all I had at his house. That was it. Candy, fucking room temperature sodas that sat outside in 2 liters, like, in the fucking sun, and they would get scalding hot, and then I'd fucking, like, find a cup and pour, like, 4, you know, the, like, 90s big giant square ice cubes in them, like, clink, clink, clink.
Did you ever have the, my grandma used to have the fruit shapes?
No, we never had those. We weren't that
There wasn't ice, but it was just like there was water, I guess, or some type of thing in there that you stick in the freezer.
Put those in the freezer. Yeah, I never had those, but I know what you're talking about.
She was like, you gotta stop chewing on those. And I was like too young to realize that. I'm like, no, this isn't mine to chew on.
So the end of this this fucking vandalism story is that the cops outran us.
Yeah, because you're 7.
Caught us, and they had us sitting on the, like, you know, at the bottom of the fireplace, like the, I guess the mantle, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
They have you inside the house?
Yeah, so we're sitting in the house, and they're
you guys didn't get very far.
Okay, well, we've got them. It's just a bunch of kids. It's a bunch of kids. They're delinquents. They fuck their life up. We've got them. They're caused a disturbance. Tell the Girl Scouts continue about their business. They'll be fine. Nobody fucking did anything to them. They're okay. Just continue. Fucking tag along. Peppermint patties. Tag along. Carry my business.
It's gonna cost them
Lemon squares.
Dosey does.
Dosey dodos hoes and tag along. That's what the cop said. In that voice too. I heard him. Yeah, saying man. But imagine being 8 years old and being driven 10 houses down from the house you vandalized on your own street in a cop car, in the back seat of said cop car, and being dropped off at your own home. Neighbors were like coming outside their doors being like, I fucking knew those kids were delinquents.
Gangster. I'd be like,
so I walked out and I'm
respect.
I walked out,
me, bitch.
When I walked out, I was like, word up. DMX was playing.
What you really want?
What you really want from a ginger? And they were like,
what, from a ginger? That's
good.
That's
right?
not gangster, no.
It is. But my dad, I remember the cops were talking to him, and I just see him like, it's like, dude, it was like watching a shitty episode of The Wonder Years. Like all the sound cut off, and I could just see him like talking to the cops. He looked back at me, and he was like, what would you do if you say, what would you do if I just fucking killed you? Would you just fucking die in these? But I remember right after he was talking to them, I like snuck away and went into my bedroom, and I locked the door, and I had bunk beds, and I remember like
it's never gonna stop us.
I pulled the blanket.
I'm a grown up.
I pulled the blanket over the side of the bed so it was covering up the bottom.
Yeah, you forded yourself in. You're like, there's no way he's getting here.
I was under the bottom bunk, literally like curled up like a pregnant cat, like just ready to protect its young, in the corner, like underneath the bed, and I was like, I had the door locked. I'm like, I hope he doesn't come find me. I was like, I hope he doesn't find me.
Did he find you?
Yeah, dude. It was like he lifted up a mousetrap. Like he just fucking lifted the bed up and grabbed me by my foot and pulled me out from underneath it.
That's exactly what it was.
I got my fucking ass whooped.
Did you ever do that again?
No. And the worst part was my friend Sean and I, we had to go back and clean it, but the other 2 kids, their parents were so pissed that they were like, oh no, we're handling this our way. We're like, they basically like fucked those kids up, and they were like, no, we're handling this. Don't worry about it. We've got this taken care of. Our punishment's going to be way worse than yours. And it was just me and Sean that had to go back and clean that
fuck
house.
That. That's
and I was
bullshit.
like, what
fuck
the
those parents, man. I hate that shit.
That was my first run-in with the law.
I don't think I had a run-in with the law until I was probably about 14, 15. I got caught with weed from brass knuckles.
You're fucking delinquent, dude.
Dude, it was my brass knuckles, but they were in my pocket, and I was like, and my buddy Eddie was just like, let me see him. I'm like, nah, man, why don't you wait till we get back to the house? Nah, I just want to fuck with them. Ain't nobody around. And we looked around, there's nobody around. I'm like, all right, fine. And he's walking around, holding them, playing with them and shit. And then out of nowhere, you know who's quiet? Yeah, you have to turn the boot, of course. You know who's quiet? Bike cops.
Oh, man.
Bike cops are real quiet. They're like, hands up. And I was like, oh, no.
You were like, come on, you're the loser here.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, man, I told you not to play with these.
He rolled up and you're like, what's the matter, officer? All the cars taken?
No, because I was 15 and I was like,
Could you imagine
should I run?
Could you imagine being pulled over or being stopped by a bike cop and he's like, hold on, I got a call for backup, and he's like, yeah, I got a couple of kids over here. I'm gonna need backup. And
they didn't ask for backup.
Look, you hear in the background, and a cop on a horseback rolls up. What the fuck, dude? Really?
I need a fucking car. I'd be more intimidated if a horse cop pulled me over.
I would just assume that I would get lassoed.
How much time do we have left? Do we want to talk about Sunday real quick?
Oh, yeah, let's talk about Sunday.
All right.
Oh, yeah, we got a little bit. We'll talk about Sunday.
Okay, you went first. What happened?
I'm going to say the highlight of my set was asking that lady that jokingly was like, I do heroin.
That was my highlight too, talking to that bitch.
And then when I was trying to get her attention, I was like, ma'am, you do heroin?
Oh, she blatantly ignored you, and then I called her out on it because I was sitting like very near her.
But then I kept going. I was like, dude, this mic is wireless. I listened back to it, and that's like the one takeaway.
Did you hear me going, just fucking ignore him, I guess?
I think so. I think I heard that.
I was sitting right next to Michelle. She should have.
Oh, no, I know. But I listened back to it, and I remember saying, I was like, the mic is wireless. I will jump off this stage and I will come over there. I was like, as a matter of fact, I was like, I will jump off the stage and I will ride a rainbow over to you.
Yeah, you were like, Lucky Charm style.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, won't you listen to my joke? And that to me, I was like, that's funny.
Can I remind you, 3 minutes later, you contradicted yourself because I was standing waiting to go next, and you're like, if I jump off of here, because nobody at that point, nobody's giving you any reaction. You're like, I'm giving everything.
Dude, that was the funniest part.
I will jump off and break my legs.
That was I think that part got a really good reaction with
that was fun for me too. I think
that part was a lot of fun. That I honestly man I tried to make the best out of that situation.
For those of you that don't know, the Peabody show is usually fucking packed out, 150 to 300 people. They pack that shit out. But this past Sunday was the first time they ever did a second show, and Peabody's...
They kind of dropped the balls on
us. They forgot to promote it. And so it was not packed out.
It was just I think it was really just a culmination of not having an event made for it fast enough. The event that was up was the old one.
Well, you know their promotional powers. Peabody's has promotional power.
That's what I'm saying. If they were behind it and they were behind it as much as they could have been or should have been, then that show would have been just as packed as the other ones that have happened so far. Which sucked because I was going into it and I talked to Isaac beforehand and he was he's like, dude, honestly, this is the first time that we're doing a second one in a month. I think, I really hope that it goes well. And he was like, but don't get your hopes up because it might be a wash.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, whatever, no big deal. Because the one that I did, the last one I did, it was easily 170 people there. It was fucking nuts. It was insane. It was a great energy in that room.
Dope as fuck.
And it was killer. Every joke that I did on that show, just bang, 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 just fucking murdered. And then I showed up and I looked at Michelle and I was like, it's 11:45 and there's maybe 15 people in here.
We got there before you and there was literally nobody there. So when people started coming in, I was like, fucking thank God.
I know.
But if there's anybody, if there was 5 less people there, it would have been a completely different show.
Yeah.
It would have just turned into an open mic of us just talking shit. Until and I got into mine. And I was doing okay, and then I just felt like I wasn't doing okay anymore. I was like, you know what? fuck this shit. And I switched modes into real talk. I was like, let's just talk about some real shit.
Oh, yeah.
And that part was actually really fun for me. And also calling out that fucking heroin addict. And I was like, because Isaac is like, you look really good for your, for you. Like, that you're a heroin addict. I've never seen a girl look that good for a heroin addict. And I was like, actually, she's 19. And clearly she was in her, like, fucking late 30s,
early
40s.
That whole table was just obnoxious. Like,
they didn't pay attention to me, so I was all right.
Like, there was parts where they were paying attention to, but they were just like, their presence.
I watched the whole crowd drain you of your energy, and I got to that point where I was drained of my energy, and I go, I'm not gonna let this happen anymore.
Well, that was my thing, is because
I'm gonna power through this shit.
I really I wanted to have, because that was like realistically, like, that was the start of our day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got up, Michelle and I hung out.
The less people were there, the more screwdrivers I were drinking. I'm like, it's 12 o'clock, time for 3 screwdrivers because there's nobody fucking here.
I was doing that same thing, but with the buffet. I was like, I'm gonna just eat some of this breakfast pizza.
This breakfast pizza is so good.
It was like room temperature, but I was like, this is fucking so good. I was like, I might lose a leg, but I'll fucking have breakfast pizza on the way.
You and I are gonna both lose feet, but in different ways.
Dude, oh my god. And I because I had the first plate, and then I had like 2 pieces of breakfast pizza on that plate, fucking like a piece of French toast, fucking scrambled eggs, sausage, and bacon. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, free food, And then I did my set, and by the time I went up on stage to do my set, I was like, oh shit, everything's expanding. And I didn't have a lot of energy to begin with, because I was like, fuck, man, there's no crowd.
Yeah.
So I go up there, and I'm like, at a certain point, I just felt my stomach like bottom out. I was like, boom. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm so full. And then afterwards, I was like, I fucking bombed my dick off. I felt like I ate shit that whole 10 minutes, because there was little pops that I was like, okay, whatever. No one did exceptionally well.
No, everybody did exceptionally well. Nobody ate shit because there's nobody to eat shit in front of.
Yeah. Well,
that's the way I looked at it.
I'm always just super hard on myself. So, like, I walked off.
So was I got off stage, and I was fucking feeling hard on myself. I'm like, this is fucking, I'm sorry, this sucked.
I walked off, and
I apologized to Isaac. I'm like, I'm sorry. There wasn't a lot of people here, and, I just tried to feel it out. I should have done different material, I guess, like that. And, he's like, and then they have to, they'll have a talk with you, like, no, dude, it was fine. You're fucking great. You're great. But
that's
even
what
if you
was
were,
saying too.
Even if you were good,
you were great, dude. He was like, you were great.
Even if you were good, in your head you weren't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's how it always is. When I come off stage, like, it's like 50-50 shot, man. Half the time I walk off, and to everybody else, they're like, dude, that was good. And I'm like, no, that was fucking, no. Because, like, in my head, I'm like, I have this idea in my head of where I want to be. So it's like,
and you've met those standards before.
Yeah,
so
that's
anything
what I'm saying.
underneath
Like
of that pisses it doesn't piss you off.
That's what I'm saying.
I know I could do better.
If you get drafted to the majors,
yeah, you could have said NFL. Like, you're about to say NFL.
Well,
whatever. Go ahead. Yeah. You get drafted to the majors.
If you get drafted to the major leagues, you know what I'm saying?
But you're putting out fucking junior numbers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're Major League Baseball, and they're like, hey, we know that you play for the Yankees now, but you're playing like a real Norfolk Tide.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, man. Like, people are like, we've seen you perform like a Yankee before, but you're performing like a Tide now. I'm like, well, fuck, man. Like,
this pitcher's a fucking,
So I'm saying, you're like, well, there's fucking nobody in the stands.
A Down
like,
syndrome
it's hard
kid.
Yeah, it's like, it's tough.
You said you had to a Down syndrome kid.
Well, if the shoe fits, put a helmet on it. I guess I don't fucking know. That's rude of you. You're a bad person.
You're a bad person.
You fucking. And I knocked it out of the park.
Yeah,
it was
you
just
did.
Shitty. It was rude. It was mean.
You're like,
got it. I hit him right in the head. And he's like,
not again. Not good. Good thing I got calcium buildup on my eyebrows.
Oh, Ryan. Oh. Pull me in my soft spot.
Again.
But, no, man, it was tough because, like, in my head, like, and I even said to Michelle, I was like, that was fucking brutal. I was like, everything I fucking got, like, from them, I was, like, literally, like, I'm standing on stage just, like,
Please?
tug of war, man. Like,
Yeah.
come on. Like, I just wanted to see that fucking flag hit my side and somebody be like, yes, you win. Like, and that was it. Like, I walked off and I was like, well, it could have been worse. I could have gotten no laughs, but I still felt like I was like, it wasn't
You could
enough.
do a room and fucking do, I don't know, have like 4/5 of your jokes get laughs.
Yeah.
You can do 5 jokes and get 4 of them to have a laugh, but that one that doesn't is gonna affect you.
Dude, it's
much harder than the ones that.
Knife to the throat, man.
It is. It sucks.
Fuck, you just can feel it too.
Yeah.
Especially when it's a joke that you're like, dude, this joke kills every time I do it. You put it in there and you're like, this is the perfect spot for it. It's gonna go right here, and then like it just fucking misses like the beats.
It wasn't even missing. It wasn't even missing. It was just the people who were at that point when there was nobody there. And
and it's like it's hard for you to meet the energy of the crowd when the crowd isn't giving out any energy. You know what I'm saying? Like there was table. There was that table of there was like those 3 black girls in the front, and they were cool. Like they were laughing at pretty much everything. Like they were cool. And there was the guys over, to the left of the stage that were laughing and cool. There was the interracial couple. They were laughing at shit. They were cool.
Interracial couple was my people.
Yeah, they were dope. You know what I'm saying? They were cool. And there was parts of that show overall, like from my set, that I was like, okay, you know what, that was cool. Like,
yeah.
Riffing and saying whatever, like the fact that I was able to do that and that went well, I was like, word, okay, cool. Like that's dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just left. I went off stage and I was talking to Michelle about it, and she was like, you did fine. Like, you were fine. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm going to just end it. I'm going to put out of my misery. Let's go. Let's just go.
Yeah, you left early.
Yeah, we left. No, we stayed for the whole thing. Because we didn't leave until after Sebastian was done. We said our goodbyes at the end, and we fucking kept it short and sweet, and fucking roll bounce like Lil Bow Wow.
Short and sweet,
like these nerds.
Like these nerds.
Sponsored by Wonka.
Are you ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, I mean, did you have anything else after? Like,
I had some shit I wanted to talk about, but you just overrode it like a crazy bitch.
Oh man, I did. I'm sorry. I took over the whole show.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
What did you want to talk about?
I don't know. I'm tired.
All right, man.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah,
I fixed my car today, and I didn't even fix it. I just worked on it for 2 hours unsuccessfully. I changed 2 different fucking what was it called, coil packs out.
I don't know what that is. I've never worked on cars before.
A pain in the ass, and then
we've talked about this before.
You don't.
I'm a pussy fart, dude. I don't let.
My hands. This is after I've washed them like several times.
Dude, I told you I cut the grass today.
Yeah, you're like, I cut the grass. I'm like, look at my fucking backyard.
It was so fucking hot out. I was sweating so dude, I'm fatter than you, bro, and I was sweating so fucking hard that I was like, by the end of it, like my glasses.
That's the worst part about having glasses too,
dude.
It's because the sweat just goes. Psych, I'm going underneath your glasses.
Yeah, well, not only that, but it was like there was sweat just billowing because I'm like looking down at the grass, so it's just pouring into my glasses and sliding down and like pulling up
drops,
right here.
You get drippy drops.
Oh my god, dude, it was so bad. I was like, oh my god, I want to die. And like
I was talking to Catherine about this. I used to make fun of my father because my mom would make sponge headbands for him.
That's great.
Sponge headbands. I'm like, what the fuck? And more and more, I'm turning into my dad because I was like, I want those sponge headbands.
Hey mom, do you love me?
I want those sponge headbands. Catherine was like, do you want me to make you sponge headbands?
Like, hey mom, do you love me enough to
no.
It's a sponge headband.
And then like I look at myself mowing the grass. I'm wearing Bermuda shorts. I'm like, and my balls hanging out the side. I was like, I'm my dad.
You're like, I definitely need
I like gardening.
You're like,
I like my elephant ears. I like my ginger. I have ginger plants. They attract hummingbirds. I like that, and I like my lilies.
Do you have a sponge headband for your balls?
No, not yet. That's called a sponge hammock.
A sponge hammock. Dude, but no, I was sweating so fucking bad, dude.
You just that sponge headband, dog.
Dude, right after I went in and I was like, it was right on time for me to hop in the shower and get ready for work. Dude, I got in the shower. The shower was hot, and I'm like in the shower. I'm like, oh, it's so fucking hot. And it was like, I got so overheated that I was like, dude, I could pass out at any moment.
I'm sweating in the shower. You're like, is this sweat or just water?
I drove to Hampton where I work, and I'm like on
the bridge.
Hampton? Yeah.
There's no stores around here.
They're not as busy. So I like to go over there for them dollar billions. I don't know.
Oh, you get your, okay.
My commission.
Yeah.
Girly.
I hear that.
Heard it. Oh, that sounds... Dude.
Last episode, you got a fart. This episode, you get a fart.
Fart. Yeah, no, dude, it was brutal. But yeah, man, if you want to wrap up, it's late, we're tired, you know, we're old dudes, man. We're fucking
Yeah, I gotta work.
we're old hat, you know.
I got a safety meeting.
You going to the this won't be out till Monday, but you going to the funny bone thing tomorrow?
Yeah, okay.
Word, I'm gonna go to that too. I'm gonna go do that and then
Hiya,
batch.
we're gonna go there and hopefully we get on. I just don't like the fact that you have to.
I heard they're changing the format now.
Yeah, we're gonna piggyback. So you're gonna put your name.
Grumbled.
Yeah, you're gonna put your name in the hat, and pretty much everybody stays in the room the whole time because you don't know who's coming up next.
That's so brutal.
And they're only gonna do an X amount. So 30 people show up. I think it's only like
17. I think it's
17 or 18 or something like that.
That's a weird number.
Whatever.
Because I was talking to some people and they were like, "Yeah, well, if I don't get on, I'm gonna go to Mindy's show, whatever." But I think that's
it'll be over by then.
Not only that, but I think that they're doing it that way to eliminate that so that people don't have an option but to stay. It's like almost like forcing a crowd.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, it's fine. It's a way to, you know what I mean? You got to build that show somehow, at least until that show gets a following.
Yeah. And you can't offer, money if you're not making it. It's an establishment.
Yeah. But what do you have coming up? We've got this will be out before then. We've got Busky Cider in Richmond on the 30th. That's dope.
Yeah.
I have Stuffed on the 28th. The 30th. This will come out afterwards, but we got the fucking Virginia Beach Comedy Festival this weekend.
Yeah.
So by the time you hear this, we'll tell you about how it went.
Probably better.
Probably batch.
But no, I haven't booked anything in September yet. I haven't been searching really, but I'm doing what is it called? World Series.
Are you?
In Chicago's.
Are you doing that in Chicago?
Yeah, in September. Because there's going to be bookers there.
Really? How are you doing that?
I'm automatically entered.
For you?
It's Tim Talon, bro. What is it?
Tim Allen?
Tim Allen. Two-Man Taylor.
You said Tim Talon.
Tim Talon.
They call me Timmy Talon.
I talked to my neighbor. I can't see the bottom part of his face.
I'm from Ryan's neighbor. I don't even got a face no more. It's never heard me. So I got that going on. I got a few dates coming up in September. September 11th, I have my show at Kazi's. I'm doing a little benefit.
Never forget, bro.
Never forget. 9/11s. Don't forget that it's the day before my birthday, motherfuckers. So I'm about to
For real?
Yeah, dude. It's the
those terrorists trying to steal your thunder?
Dude, what's crazy? So check this out, and we can wrap on this in a minute. My aunt got married the year before it happened, September 11th, and for her 1-year wedding anniversary, she got a fucking tragedy. How wild is that? I'm surprised they're still married. Every year they go, "Hey, we're still married," and they're like, "Hey, everyone's still dead."
Yeah, we remember. We never forget.
I don't know, we never forget. She's like, "Yeah, I know."
My uncle, listen, this is on a good note. My uncle married his wife on February 29th.
What's that? Leap year.
Yeah, so he only has to celebrate his anniversary every 4 years.
That's smart, dude. So can he say that he's only been married 4 years at a time? You know what I mean? Like,
he could. He could.
I never been married that long.
I mean, he can get a technicality, but he did it on purpose just for that funness.
That's sick. He had to plan that out multiple years in advance, didn't he?
Yeah, probably. I mean, he's a smart guy. Works on planes and shit like that.
I works on planes and shit.
He's already retired. He's sailing around the world.
Around the world in 80 days, yeah? Huh?
No. As many days as he wants to. He's just sailing around the world with his fucking wife.
I find you whatever. But yeah, no, I've got shows coming up. You got some stuff coming up.
Just go on our Facebooks and fucking Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
It's just so lazy. We're so lazy. just
if we say that, like, we actually have like a genuine following.
Just go look at them yourself.
Yeah, man. Go to Nick D's Comedy on Instagram, and then Crazy Eye Digs on Instagram also.
I don't ever post my shit. People
I know you never
shit.
post anything on there. I just do it because I'm like, dude, I want to be legit, and I'm like, I feel like
if I want to show people, will post it for me usually. I'm so lazy with technology, man.
You gotta promote yourself.
I don't wanna.
Quit being such a scared little bitch.
I don't wanna.
All right, well, yeah.
I gotta piss hard.
You have to piss hard?
I gotta piss so hard.
All right, well, let's get the fuck out of here, man. Go get some rest. Fucking wrap it up, dude. Thank you guys, as always. Like, subscribe, share that shit. Fucking finger lock it, dude.
Like, subscribe, tell your friends about it. Love you guys.
Yeah,
Peace.
man. Even if there's only not a lot of you watching us, I wish there was more. So you should share us with your friends.
Because we need money. I'm poor.
Yeah, dude. Give us sponsors. Sponsor me for Alcoholics Anonymous because I like ciders.